Okay, so this is our third time around. We want to program our ideal weight calculator, not web-based, but rather WindowsForms based using C#. And this is where I left off at the end of the last video, and I'll start from here. So we want to program behavior. We want to press a button and have something actually happen, which we don't see at the end of the last video. So in order to do that, we need to go across a couple of concepts. Design pattern. A design pattern is nothing else than an approved, official, accepted, best practice or way of programming something. Design patterns have names. The first one we'll go across will be the observer pattern. So please keep in mind, we want to press a button and have something actually happen. So here's our scenario. We have two objects. These objects coexist and are loosely coupled. What does that mean? It means one object is not inside another. They are not stuck. Rather, they just exist, each one on its own, but they do some work together, so they are coupled. However, loosely, because structurally meaning they are not one, they are two. Now, let's call these objects A and B. Let's say object B is our button, and the object is up and running, and eventually you or I will come and click on that object, a button. In the meanwhile, another object, which is a new object for us, object A, is waiting, is observing the button, and it will do nothing until you and I come across B and click on it. When A observes that this has happened, A will produce a report. It will say something, or it will execute something. Something will happen. But not before. Not before you and I come and click on the button. So we now say that object A is waiting as long as it needs for something to occur. Something means an event. I will click on the button, or if I speak about other objects, maybe I will drag the object, I will double click on the object, I will drop the object, I will get a focus on the object, and so on. Something will happen. When it does, on my button it will be a click, then the observer object A will say something about it. Let's look at this graphically. So here we have some button we just drew, and well, the button is waiting, but at the same time somebody's watching. So as long as I don't click on the button, this person or object will say nothing. But the moment I do click on the button, then the observer will say, hey, somebody clicked on the button. And this little tooltip here means that I can say something or do something. Commands, actions, instructions can be executed as a result of the event having occurred. So how does that look in C#? Well, let's go back to C# Visual Studio. Here we go. So let's say I want to have my application end when I press quit. So in order to do that, I just have to be on form1.cs on design mode, and I go to the quit button and double click on it. So Visual Studio has created this one new method for me. The method is called buttonQuit_click. If you recall from the previous video, this button was called buttonQuit. And now Visual Studio has produced _click. Both things together mean when you click on button quit, the following will happen. So anything that you type inside the body of this method will be a result of somebody clicking on button quit. So this code is the observer code. This code corresponds to the I here, this I. And so it's reporting. This report will be the report that I mentioned as the tooltip click. Okay, so let's make it simple. I want this program to end. Let's type application plus exit. On the next video, I'll go into more detail on what application means. For now, let's just type it as it is, and the exit method is a message being sent to the application instructing the application to terminate. So save, debug, start without debugging, and so we have our application running, and now when I quit, it disappears. So actually it has terminated. Please notice that the other two buttons are still not connected to any observer, so calculate and delete are still unresponsive. Quit is the one I have reported to. So that's it. Every time I want to add some behavior to my interface, what I have to do is create a new method which has a compound name, the name of the event that has occurred on the object, and now it's up to me what I want to happen when I click or drag or drop into the object. So thus, that is the observer pattern. On the next video, I will go deeper into the same example and talk a little bit more about the application object and other nice things you need to know in order to have your applications up and running. And finally, we'll get to finishing our ideal weight calculator. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching.